Bitches ain't but hoes and tricks. Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio, and welcome to the video, y'all. So, a highly requested video has been, if you live under a makeup rock, then you won't know this, but I have been getting so many requests to test out the new Bite Beauty foundation. They literally revamped their entire brand. They are now all completely vegan and clean beauty. They changed some formulas and we just got a bunch of whole new products to test out. And ever since the news broke about these products, you guys have been asking me, are you gonna review them? What's the tea? What's your thoughts? So today I thought we would just kind of test these puppies out, see what they're all about. I have the new kind of pamphlet on everything, and basically this whole new set of the foundations. We're gonna be focusing more on the foundations because I feel like that's more of a bigger deal than the lips. However, I did swatch all of the lipsticks, so I will include some photos right now so you guys can see if you like the swatches, if there's any colors you like to purchase. I actually was really impressed with the swatches. I posted these on my unboxing on Instagram, so you can go check them out there as well. But here we have a whole kind of tea on the situation, and I actually really like when brands do this because it helps me provide even better information for you guys, and that way I don't have to run all over the internet, look on Trendmood's page, look on their websites. I'm not Googling a ton. So I really like when brands do this. This foundation is meant to be a bit more of a skincare foundation, and I'm kind of here for that. It's kind of a whole complexion system. So I really want to just see how this will work. I want to hydrate my skin a little bit before we get into this. So I'm going to go in with the Tatcha water cream. Let's get her hydrated. I also have this red patch over here. I think it might be a little dermatitis-y situation going on. I really don't know. It kind of burns when I put products on it. So we're just going to ignore that because I don't have time to be dealing with this right now. And my family's in town. I've been hanging out with them a little bit. That's why there's also been a little bit of a delay in beauty related content. But I hope you guys are enjoying the new types of content I'm putting out. I'm definitely having a really fun time doing it. But don't worry, beauty is always going to be the one true love of this channel. So I'm going to read directly from this so I know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a new Changemaker complexion system. That is the name of this whole new, I guess you could say, skin line. They are kind of setting it up in their 3 steps. They're okay, you got our primer, you got our foundation, and then you finish it off with some powder. Now, if you're not a powder girl, I'm not a big powder girl, but I might just try to see how it is for those of you who are powder girls and guys out there. So this foundation is a micellar. I don't know. You guys always shit on me whenever I can't say this word right. You're I can't believe she doesn't know how to say it. Sorry. I don't know how to say it. Sue me. So we have the micellar formula in the foundation, which mimics skin texture for a natural finish. It's a buildable medium coverage. I'm gonna say it's probably more on the light coverage side, just right off the bat, because this is more of a kind of skincare foundation, and that's probably why they have the powder so that you can add more coverage. But this powder doesn't have any talc, and it controls shine and mattifies, and it has volcanic minerals. So everything really in this line is clean. It's clean at Sephora. I believe they're vegan now as well, and we will go over the prices as well. The primer is $38, which is 50 Canadian. That's a lot of Canadian. I feel really bad for the Canadians. Actually, I don't. You guys have a lot better things going on up there than we do down here right now. The foundation is $39, and the powder is $36. So let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. We're going to start off with the primer, and this is the Skin Optimizing Primer. It's normal to dry skin, so if you have oily skin, probably don't recommend using this. Finally, more products for us dry skin gals. All right, so I'm going to pop some out onto my hand. It's a creamy texture. Ooh, feels really nice, creamy and cooling. No smell to it, so that's nice. I'm not a big smell primer type of girl. Also, if my hair is looking a little bit weird, I did a little bit of a hair mask, and I'm trying to let it sit in my hair as long as possible. So that's why you guys are getting this messy bun. Okay, face is primed, feeling good. I'm gonna look up the shade range because they didn't send me all the shades, which I'm so pleased and happy about. Okay, so I'm looking at the shade range on their Instagram. You know, the range, it actually is pretty decent. I don't think it's like horrible. I do think that there can be a little bit more lighter shades and maybe some more dark, but honestly, overall, it's really not that bad. Like, we're not pulling like an hourglass concealer moment here, if you know what I'm talking about. So not bad on the shade range. And the 3 shades that I have are L30, L40, and L45. I am feeling this is probably gonna be too light, so I'm gonna probably go with L40 just based off of, you know, how you can see the color on the outside. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera, save some time, and get back into it. All right, let's get this foundation on. So I thought for like a foundation like this, I'm gonna go back to my roots and use a brush. So let's go on in and see what the tea is. The primer feels very nice. I'm gonna just do that. That might be too much. We'll deal with it. And I'm gonna just blend on in. It has like a very fresh smell to it. It's not overbearing or like chemically, you know. Wow, this feels really nice, like right off the bat. Don't forget your neck. I'm gonna do another. Dope. That just landed right on my pants. Girl, get it together. So this definitely is a pretty good shade match, I would say, the 40. And it's gliding on my skin very nicely. And after I have it all applied, I'll zoom you guys on in as well so you can get an even better look. I'm literally taking my brush and swooping the foundation off my pants and putting it onto my head. Desperate times call for desperate measures, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting the rest on my neck. This was 1 layer with a brush. So also keep in mind that when you do use a brush, you do get a bit more payoff, like you get more full coverage, because with a beauty blender and like a wet sponge or anything like that, you are going to lose some of that product in the sponge. So this is definitely more of like a foundation where if you want the full coverage, I recommend using a brush. So let me zoom you guys on in and you can get a little looky look of this foundation. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like up close and personal, and I actually do have a blemish here for you guys. So for the first time in a minute, you can actually tell how it's gonna look with a pimple or two. So it definitely does cover up redness. You guys know I had that redness around my nose. That is covered up too. I have to say I'm actually pretty impressed with this, like just right off the bat with the coverage, because like when I saw that this was more of a like a skincare foundation and like they were saying it's buildable medium coverage, I was kind of like, you know, because I've tried other skincare foundations and they claim to be medium coverage and they're not. But with 1 layer, like I'm very, very pleased and impressed. I am, since I have you guys close up even more, gonna do maybe just a little bit more like around the blemish, but overall, like I really don't think that this is like far off from the claims, you know, because it definitely is medium on me. Now keep in mind, it's medium on me. I have been blessed with very nice skin, so this is medium coverage on me, someone who rarely gets acne anymore. So just keep that in mind. I do feel like it's very beautiful though, and I like the texture of it. It just kind of feels like I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer. It doesn't really feel like a foundation, or like when I do my full coverage looks, it does kind of tend to feel more like, oh, I'm wearing full coverage. This just kind of feels like, oh, I'm wearing a moisturizer or like a tinted moisturizer. So it feels pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and actually do the rest of my foundation routine with this foundation and kind of see how it goes from there. So we're gonna go in with my favorite concealer currently, and that is the Pretty Fresh from Colourpop. I haven't been concealing as much as I used to. I find that I'm creasing a bit more, like just in general, and I also feel like I do have really nice skin. Like I don't really need to be adding that much. So for this, I am gonna take the Tati sponge. Let's use her other one. I've been dying to try this out for concealer. Obviously there's there's a little bit of blush on there, but I feel like it's like perfect for here, so let's try it out. Yeah, whatever that thing is by my nose, it burns like a biatch. And I know you guys are probably like gonna be in the comments telling me not to put any products on it, but this is my job, so I'm a little bit screwed there. And I am gonna do a little bit of a wear test with this. I do have massages booked with my sister, so I'm probably only realistically gonna be able to wear this for like 4 or 5 hours. So we'll call this like a 5-hour wear test. I do feel like this blended really nice with the concealer, and the foundation is doing pretty well so far. Okay, so since we got that down, I'm like a little bit confused because I don't use pressed powder. I'm gonna set my under eyes with translucent, going in with the Cover FX. Just go in and tap. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy because I want to kind of play around with those powders and see. Also, you guys, what kind of Valentine's Day look are you wanting to see from me? Like, are you wanting to see classic pink and red? Like, is that cool? Because I really want to do a Valentine's Day look. I feel like I haven't done a tutorial for like a holiday in so long, so, or like kind of a holiday, whatever you want to call. Okay, so the 2 shades I have in this pressed powder is Light 1 and Light 2. This is just like a powder to help like shine control, add more coverage. This is what it looks like. I'm probably gonna go in with Light 2 and just do like quick tapping everywhere with my fluffy brush and just kind of go in and just kind of see where that takes us, because I always do a little bit of powder on the face because like obviously you want to set your face so that when you use other powder products it won't look muddy. I don't really use foundation powders. What do you guys think? I can't really tell a difference right now. I do feel like this maybe is more just for like shine and oil, because I don't feel like it added a bunch more coverage. Like, it definitely does have a tint to it for sure, but let's keep moving on. Let's see, you know, how everything blends together. This is a foundation where even if you do have dry skin, you're gonna want to set it because it's, like I said, more of a skincare-y foundation. So I'm gonna go in and bronze with the Marc Jacob Tantastic. You guys have seen me use this countless times on this channel, and I'm sorry, but it is so good. And until someone else makes a supreme version of this, I'm sticking with her. And I've actually been bronzing with 2. I've been doing this and the Fenty. That's kind of been my like go-to little cheek thing going on, you know, get your under chin. Okay, now let's go in with our Fenty. This is in the shade Private Island, and I just kind of do this to warm up the cheeks. With dark hair, you know, sometimes I could look a little bit more fair, so I kind of always make sure I have a little bit of warmth going on in the cheeks just to bring this bitch to life. Sorry, you guys, I am so crazy right now. These past few weeks, I've been working the hardest I've probably ever worked. It's catching up to me, and my family's here, and I'm exhausted, and like I've been doing lots of socializing, going to events, so I'm a little bit fried out, burnt out, and a little bit like slap happy, so I'm sorry if I'm like, but hey, that's why you guys love me. That's why you follow me anyway, so for my slap happiness. Ooh, my nose contour. I need to blend her out more. Sometimes like it looks snatched in the little beauty mirror I have, and then I look in the monitor and I'm like, oh my god, my favorite highlighter. Are you shocked? The Milk Makeup Flex. And we're gonna go in. So far, my skin feels like so hydrated. I really don't know how this will work for oily skin because like even my dry skin, like I've put so much powder on my face. For me, like adding powder, I instantly would look and feel like a cake and like look really cracky and feel kind of heavy. And it feels super light still, and I've added a lot of powder, and in certain areas it is a little bit dewy, so I'm kind of just curious how this would work for oily skin, but that's on you guys because I have dry skin. Let's add some blush to this mix. So far, like every product's been going on very nicely. I don't have any complaints. I love blush. It makes me feel so cute. And then let's go in with some lips, shall we? I have a lot of different colors here. I'm kind of feeling, this is Leche, and what I like about these crayons is it has the sharpener underneath, so that's kind of cool. And let's just, wow, that's pretty pigmented for one swipe. They're creamy. That's pretty. I'm actually gonna line it with a darker color. This is Hard Cider. Oh yeah, that looks really cute. And then, if it's all right with you guys, since all we're really doing is testing out the foundation, I'm just gonna pop on some mascara. I've been really loving this Fenty Beauty mascara. It is so nice. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like, and I feel like it blended with my products really nicely, like the stuff that I know works and that I love for my skin and my kind of like go-tos. So I do feel like it looks really pretty. I will say, like, this is hella dewy on me right now. I'm not complaining, like, at all. I just feel like this is probably gonna be a foundation that's gonna thrive for normal to dry skin. I don't really know how this would do on oily skin. We're gonna do a wear test. I'm gonna show you the foundation in the sun. I'll come back in 2 hours and check it out. Like I said, I only really have time to test this out for 5 hours because your girl's getting a massage with her sister. Well, that sounds weird. I'm gonna be in one room and my sister is gonna be in the other room. I'm gonna probably have to take my makeup off for that, but I do really love the way it looks. I love how hydrated my skin is looking. I'm a dry hoe, like I'm a dry girl. This is probably gonna be where I thrive. So stay tuned. I'll do a check-in on my iPhone and different lightings and then the final check-in here. Okay, you guys, so we are in the sun right now. I can't really look that much at you guys, but we had the foundation on now for about 2 hours and it's looking pretty good still. I haven't really noticed anything that I'm unhappy about. Like I said, it is very, very, very dewy though, like, so I don't really know if this is gonna work for oily skin. Like, you probably will have to keep that powder on deck, but I really love the way that everything is looking, so I'll update you in a few more hours. Okay, you guys, so I'm inside my house. There's little Junie girl, but I wanted to show you the foundation in different lighting. So I've had it on for about 3 hours now, and you know, there's a little bit of creasing going on around my mouth, but that is super, super common for me because I am a hella expressive person, especially when I talk. Honestly, this foundation looks super gorgeous. I'm like really shook and it almost looks as if it's full coverage on me. Like, you would never know, like, oh, Nicole's wearing like a skincare foundation medium coverage. Like, because my skin is nicer looking, it does really look great. So I'm in my beauty room right now and I'm by this mirror. I wanted to give you guys as much light as possible to make this as like thorough of a review as possible. It's been about 4 hours now and you could see there's a little bit of creasing around my mouth. That is very common for me. It's not that bad, you know, like I don't feel like the creasing is horrible. I feel like my skin looks so good, like looks really good. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Well, hello you guys. It has been about 5-ish hours and your girl's gotta go. I can't be late. My sister's yelling at me. Honestly, I think this foundation is really, really beautiful. I think it's amazing for like daytime wear. I think your skin will look super dewy, very natural. Like, they were definitely right with the claims in saying that it does have a natural finish, like a more skin-like finish. I love this. Like, I really love the way it looks. This probably wouldn't be a foundation that I would wear to like events or like an evening thing, but like daytime and just like messing around, like your go-to like everyday foundation, you know, like this is gorgeous. As I was saying, I really don't think that this is going to be good for oily skin. I think you're gonna have a lot of powder on deck because this is a very like dewy feeling foundation. Even for my dry skin, I've added a lot of powder, more powder than I normally would add, and I do feel like it still is dewy. I do like the dew though. Like, this is right up my alley. If you are a dry skin gal guy out there, you're gonna love this. This is so good. I think it's so worth it. And again, the lippies, you know, they're very comfortable. I had to reapply this lipstick because I was drinking and had some food, so you know, I had some water. And honestly though, like, I love this formula. I think it's super creamy and I'm down for a creamy type of lip. You guys know I barely even touch matte lipsticks anymore. Overall, I'm like super impressed with Bite Beauty. I highly recommend this foundation if you have dry skin or normal skin. I think that this will be a really great foundation for the spring months coming up. It's honestly feeling like spring in LA right now. It's 75 degrees, but I really just love the way it looks. Like I said, there are some creases around my smile lines. That's why I feel like this would be a more daytime foundation for me personally. I think they did a fantastic freaking job. I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!